Well, hi, Facebook. We are back again, and this is London, and I am so happy to be here on interview with the famous and wonderful, talented, and gifted Mr. Parham. How are you, Mr. Duane?
Oh, I am fine. I love that intro. My goodness.
Well, it's all true.
My.
Yep,
it's just an honor to be on your show, and thank you for thinking about me.
You see, people like you are thought about all the time. I'm glad that you had time to talk to me, and so that we can talk about what you have done, what you're doing, and what you've been doing, and what you're gonna do. Nice show for people to see what's going on here in our metropolitan area in the world. Okay, so.
Okay.
So how have you been? I see you have so much going on. You have a book called Can You Hear Me Now? It's also audio too, right?
That's the name of my autobiography, Can You Hear Me Now?
Mm-hmm.
And, I finished the book. Now, I had been working on this book about 20 years. Wow. And when I got together with my co-writer, Dr. Smith, and I let her see all the material I had, and she said, well, you got a lot of material here, but I'm going to have to show you how to put this together. So when we were finished with the book, it came, it was, I love it. I really do. She pulled out a lot of stuff out of me to make it happen. And I'm so grateful to have a co-writer that helped me put this all together. And I can't take all the credit, but that's all me in that book. And along with all the different people that had touched me along the way, a lot of my mentors, a lot of my good friends. I did a page on, about 3 pages on all my friends that were musicians that made their transition. Oh. And I told, just some real wonderful things about them. And just the whole entire book, my family and my daughter, just a blessing, to be able to share with people. Because sometimes, you get a lot of history, family history, and when people pass away, it's gone.
Yes.
It's buried,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm so grateful that God put this on my heart to write this book. And so I'm kind of doing a little bit of everything. Doing a little bit of producing more. Right now, such as a lot of musicians, we can't travel.
Mm-hmm.
We can't even play engagements with the way the condition is now.
Right.
So, but, doing a lot of practicing and still recording.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a new album, gospel.
Oh.
A new gospel jazz project, as well as a smooth jazz. And I'm featuring some great singers from Detroit.
Okay.
And now I'm excited about it, as well as a classical project with some wonderful singers. I would say Dr. Mamie Smith, Ivana Butler, and Kathy Ziegelman. And I'm just honored. And I have one singer that I'm going to share about her shortly.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as we get finished with the project, that's going to be the first single, and it is awesome.
Wow.
Awesome. And my play, I used to travel with this play I wrote entitled Alone in This World. It deals with social issues that we're confronted with in everyday society, like alcoholism, drug addiction, and things of that nature. A lot of social ills. But we're going to start to play on my radio station. I have a 24/7 worldwide internet radio station, educational arts, music, and talk radio.
I saw
connected
that.
with my nonprofit company called Educational Art Society. And the play is going to be a series
Mm-hmm.
going to come on the station. And
Nice.
you'll be able to see a lot of talented people, hear a lot of talented people
Mm-hmm.
from Detroit. And the Lord has just got me doing a lot of things. And sometimes I like to compare myself to the servant in the 25th book of Matthew, talking about the parables of the talent.
Mm-hmm.
And he gave his servants 1 and 2 and 5, and I've surely got the one got 5, because they are surely multiplying.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just so grateful. And here we are today, talking to you, spreading the word. You know what God has done and what He's doing.
Well, it's awesome. And just to remind you, and I don't know, you'll get a chance to maybe see my picture. There's a lot of people that we have crossed our paths, and I've had your telephone number, I'm sure, for over 20 years. I will say I must have met you somewhere along the line, maybe at WMKM 1440 years ago. Did you used to do programming?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay, well, that's where I met you, and that had to be over on East Jefferson, right?
Probably so.
Okay.
You were at GPR?
Yeah. WMKM 1440, the radio
You know
station.
what? What? You're right. Now I remember you.
I have to get you on Facebook to remember. What
Yeah, I
happened?
remember you from there.
Yes, I've been an engineer there for 30 years of experience there.
I tell you, the young lady who, this is long after we met, she was, her name was Karen. She was the program director over at WGPR.
Mm-hmm.
And when they closed out, her husband got her an internet radio station.
Mm-hmm.
And when he got her that station, she had called me 3 times. She said, Duane, you still there? She
Actually,
said, Duane, you need
your
to
music
be on radio.
Yeah.
And I said, I don't need to be on radio. And I mean, I couldn't phantom being a DJ, you know. And then she called me another time. She said, Duane, you ready? I said, well, I said I didn't want to be on radio, even though what she told me was going to cost. I said, I really don't want to be on there to pay all that money. And then I was working on my latest CD, Motor City Sax Appeal.
Mm-hmm.
And I had, I featured the 4 tops on the album, the Contours, the Miracles, the original Vandellas, and Pat Lewis arranged all my background vocals. So Pat was with me along with the Vandellas and McKinley Jackson. He was the musical director for the Temptations. They were all with me. So I said, look, guys, I'm going to go over this radio station, because they've been calling me to come and be a DJ on it, but I'm just going to try it out. I remember when I got to the station, everybody came in with me, and I sat at the console, and I called him Godfather. He said, okay, now you on. So I'm like excited, I'm thrilled and nervous, and I said, I got to handle this like I'm on stage. So I said, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host. My name is Duane Parham. I'm on the microphone, but I'm not on the saxophone. But I'm coming to you live, all the way live. Cats Radio. And then he signaled me to take a break.
Uh-huh.
And I said, I want you to listen to this song, and I'll be right back, and we're going to keep it going. And when I stepped away from the microphone, I did the moonwalk. And I said, oh, man, I love it. And then look at this fool.
So you've been in you kind of fell in there and was on ever since.
That was the day, 7 years ago, I started in radio.
Okay.
And now I have like 8 DJs on my station now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nice. Educational Arts, Music, and Talk Radio. I coined it EAMT, the place to be. So anybody want to get to my station 24/7 worldwide, it is EAMTradio.com. That's it.
Well, that's pretty awesome. So, and then my next question is that I have doing the same thing. But mine's will be up and totally running, hopefully. And I thought about my birthday in November because I've been engineering for 30 years, so radio and television.
Yeah.
So this is just what I do. It's like, you know, you're born to do something, you love to do it. So what I'm thinking, because I thought about this last night, I said, well, maybe with Duane Parham, because I want to have a jazz section, because I work with ministries. And I do like talk radio and just like I'm doing with you, interviews, and then I want to have other kind of music on there, something like what you have. And I'm wondering, how can we work together? Can we link together and do that? Or I can play some of your jazz. Well, I would expect you to be a part of what I'm doing anyway on that part.
No problem at all. Yep. So I can make it happen.
Yep. So that what it is if linking together will it will help both of us, but it also will kind of broaden what's happening, and then I can reach out whatever you have already out there. I can just shift it over here and put it in my queue, and it'll be 24/7 around the clock. It'll be already set and programmed to play. So I'm excited about that. I'm so excited. So thank you, sir. Now, I did want people to see you, hear you. If you don't mind, I wanted to play this video of you down at the Charles H. Wright African American Museum, and it was this past December, just so they can hear you. I know a lot of people know you, but we're on Facebook Live, and I want them to hear you. Is that okay?
You got it.
I got it.
You got it. You in control.
Oh, okay, here we go. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, that's just a little instance of what you can do. Now, y'all might be talking about that's a holiday song, but this is beautiful to me. So that's why I just wanted to play a little bit.
I couldn't. It was burning my ears, but okay, I'm going to definitely send you some things, and because I think on the phone it sounds like.
No, it doesn't sound like. It won't sound like that. That's because you're on the speaker. So,
okay.
No, it won't sound like that.
Well,
it doesn't sound like that to me.
I have. Okay, that's what I'm saying. But I know I'm on the phone. I'm just thinking about that. But gosh, you got it going on. Then, have you been there for 30 years?
Yep, I was there for 30 years. As a matter of fact, this is my first month of not being there. But I haven't stopped. That's when I decided to open up my 24/7 radio station as well. So, and we have television going on here between Michigan and Ohio, and a few other things going on. So it's a lot, but this is what I do. So it's just because I may not be there and today, I'm here now. I can do in full exactly what I love to do, and the Lord let me learn all the inner workings of it and be able to learn what I need to do. So that's where I'm at. I'm just very excited about it.
I want to share something with you that's kind of off the beaten path, but my family has been having family reunions for years. And my mom used to always try to get me to go to family reunion with her. And, Mom, I got to play. I'm out of town. Mom, I won't be here. And my family just had a family reunion over the internet. And I just, tapped in to, they had it on Zoom. And I saw all my cousins all over USA and talked with them. And it was just a wonderful thing to meet cousins and see cousins you've never seen before, and to know that, your blood runs through their body and theirs runs through yours. It was just really something special. And so I'm bursting, so I had to just say something about it. I just got off the phone with them and got to the interview. So that was fresh on my mind to just to share.
Well, thank God for technology.
Everybody, don't miss your family. Don't miss family reunions, because that history, it's just, when people are gone, it's gone. All gone. Can't get it back anymore.
That's right.
And it may not seem important to you at that time, but it will one day. Yeah. You need to be involved in it. I'm just putting that out to everybody. So I'm back to you.
It's all right. So I have another something that's playing in the background. They can see you playing. I try to see where you were at this one. I think it was your birthday or something. It was a birthday celebration.
My birthday?
It says something about a birthday celebration. Actually, it's about over now. It's done. But they've been looking at it. Now we're here talking about your autobiography of Duane Parham, Lessons in the Key of Life. And that's what you were talking about initially. I had a small portion
I can't think of where that could be at. Oh, at the birthday celebration. Okay.
Oh, the first one?
Yeah. You don't play all of it.
Well, no, it's just snippets. We don't have the time to play the whole thing, but it's just snippets.
Maybe that was my 50-year birthday celebration.
I'm not sure. It's just a snippet that was there. It's a good-looking piece. So do you mind if I play probably about a minute of Can You Hear Me? Can I play that? That's what you sent me. Can I play about a minute of that?
Yeah.
Okay.
A minute is good.
All right, listen. Here we go. This is about his autobiography. Can you hear me?
Oh, you're talking about the book?
Yeah, I'm getting ready to play about a minute of your autobiography. Is that okay? You're talking on it. You sent that to me. Were you talking about the Motown groups that you were affiliated with? It's about a minute long. I'll take a snippet. Is that okay? I mean, if it's not, just say no. I won't feel bad. We're on Facebook Live. Just talk to me.
I would prefer you play something else. Do you have anything that I'm playing?
Yep. I just did that in the background while we're talking. I have something that I had that is very classical. Because when I met you, you gave me your CD.
I am so sorry I didn't send you any footage.
Well, I mean, I know you.
I am so sorry.
Well, don't be sorry. This is Duane. This we're on Facebook Live. Don't worry about it.
Play a little bit of that.
Don't worry about it. I just want them to hear a little bit. Can you hear me? That's all I want them to hear. It's about you talking. Is that okay? You don't want me to? Okay.
I have a video that goes with that.
Well, you want people to buy this. You want them to know what it's about. It's like it would be just about a minute of you talking, so that if they
video that it would be so awesome for you.
But we don't have it today.
There's a video on my page too. Duane Parham.
Yeah, we don't have time to play it all today.
My first video I ever shot at Comcast, and we shot it all over Detroit, and that's what I wrote the play from, Alone in This World, and that's the name of it. And I have a sister by the name of Pat Lewis singing, as well as
Sandra I know her.
Fever, and the late Sandra Fever, the late Reverend Sandra Fever. Her just laid her day before yesterday, and she sang on the song.
Yeah, I know Pat Lewis. I've talked to her before. We never got together, but we've been talking. Invited me to those annual Motown celebrations they usually have. Okay, so we're gonna skip all that, and then I'm gonna go. I'm going to a classical song, and I'm playing this because I want to play it now. If you don't mind, this is a classical song. I don't know if that was your first CD. So I don't know how you feel about that, but I just want to play a little bit of it. Now, if you don't want me to play that, I won't play that either, Duane.
I can hear you. Yes, you can, whatever you need to do, that's fine.
Duane, we should talk about this some more, because we are just so live right now.
Yeah, that's what I say. Whatever you need to do, you're welcome to it.
Okay, I'm just going to play a little bit so they can hear you.
You got it.
This is all, but I like it.
You just came back into focus who you are. I remember you from GPR.
What did you say? Duane?
Yeah, I'm here.
You were talking, so I wanted to hear what you were saying.
Oh, I'm just saying, I remember you from GPR.
Well, I was a GPR, but I was mainly at WMKM. That's where I was at. I met you. I have your CD.
WMKM. Okay.
I still have your CD. Okay, and this was 1997, I believe. So this is classical. Just trying to give them some history, though. All right, we can go back to talking. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. Now, I love that.
Well, I'm glad you loved it.
That was one of my first with, I had Candido Live, and Pat Lewis singing. In fact, everything I pretty much recorded back then and there, I always had Pat Lewis. And Pat, her and her sisters, they had a group called Hot Butter and Soul, and they used to sing with Isaac Hayes. And whenever she wasn't on the road, I would get her in the studio. And sometimes her sister, one of her sisters. But yes, that song was entitled Soul Serenade.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Isn't that nice?
Mm-hmm.
So you taking me back.
Well, yeah. I just want them to see all of you from the beginning until now. That's what we're doing. So they can see what you've done and what you've been doing and what you're doing now. You've come a long ways, and you've always been an awesome musician. So we have people we have today: Duane Parham, Saxville. He has an autobiography book called "Can You Hear Me Now?" And you still are having classes. You do classes online. You're teaching music, right? Still. So you do
Yeah.
you do many things.
And I have classes from the creative creative arts and mosaic. And three of those companies combined have me teaching privately online, and it's really a blessing to be able to give back. And with my nonprofit, Educational Arts Society, we give away free musical instruments. And let me repeat that again, FREE. We give away free musical instruments. And the thing that you have to do is have the desire to want to play. And you can get an instrument. So we do that like once a year in December. And we will have another big giveaway this December. And hopefully this December, because I know this is the month, the year of this pandemic, and so many things have been shut down. And I may be speaking out of term, but you'll know sooner or later. You'll know sooner than later. And so, yes, that's my plan, to build a school of performing arts here in Detroit. So,
that would be
been
great.
working diligently, and I got some great people in the company, and so the Lord is blessing.
Well, that's good, Mr. Duane Parham. Well, we've been on not quite, maybe almost about 30 minutes. We do have another interview, folks, to listen. The president of the United Quartet Ministries, that's Myron Shorter, and his partner Wayne Todd. So that'll be on at about 2:30. So we're in a good time. You had a chance to listen to Mr. Duane Parham. If you haven't heard him before, you probably have, but if not, at least you got a chance to hear him on a personal conversation. And you got a chance to hear a little bit of his music, and then we'll see if he comes back again. There's some other music that he probably wants you to hear. But so far, Duane, this has already been put on Facebook Live, so it's on there.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't I just do a shameless plug for my website? And if anyone would like to get in contact, you can go to my website, DuaneParham.net. DuaneParham.net. And if you'd like to make a donation to my nonprofit, that is easymusic.org. That's EASZ music, MUSIC.org. And that will help us do what we're doing in the aid of giving away free musical instruments to kids that may be less fortunate to purchase an instrument. I know my family was when I wanted to get an instrument. And my mom and dad were laid off work, and they couldn't do that. But my grandmother came through for me. And I talk about that in my book, that one day I'm going to be a blessing. And it has come to pass. So this is what's happening. So, and a blessing. So thank you, London. Thank you for this time. And I am so honored that you chose me.
Well, thank you for your time as well. I want you to know this also will go on Comcast Television on daytime TV on Saturday, and it'll probably end up in Buckeye on Saturday night television. So I have your permission to do this, right? Or else we wouldn't be here, right?
Yes, wonderful. And I just have to give a shout out to my pastor, the Reverend Kenneth James Flowers, over at Greater New Mount Moriah, and that's where I make music on Sundays.
All right.
Yes.
Well, Facebook, we thank you for being with us. We're going to go out with you hearing Duane Parham playing his music. And this is London. I look forward to seeing you later today. I want to thank you, Duane Parham. You are I still want them to hear a little bit about you were saying on your autobiography. That is a few lines you were naming that you were affiliated with.
Yeah.
And that was with some of our Motown folks. Hi, Donna. Yeah. Hi, Donna.
If anybody want a copy, they can contact me, 248-705-7229. And they can also go to Amazon.com. And that is Can You Hear Me Now? Autobiography, Duane Parham.
Okay, so I do want them to listen so they can I want them to feel.
Hear me now?
There you go. Hold on.
That was the voice of my mother, urging me to trust my instincts, listen to my thoughts, and streamline my actions. Her nurturing arm from childhood until adulthood guided my footsteps, supporting me when I faltered and picked me up when I fell. Dad, my greatest role model, instilled a value system that has and is still serving me well today. Even though I didn't realize it as a child, it defined who I was and who I am, and pointed me in the right direction. This book would not have been possible without friends and relatives who streamlined story recall, life experiences, and memory lapses. Your thoughts, experiences, and ideas are interwoven in the recesses of my mind and contributed to clarity and purpose. To my brothers and sisters who shared a musical thought, technique, or studio experience, this book represents you with the world musically. Should I fail to mention you, charge it to my head and not my heart. Disclaimer. A Sunday morning, several years ago, I attended Transforming Love Community Church, went in the front of the congregation, spoke at the podium in the pulpit, and shared the book I was writing entitled Can You Hear Me Now? Wow, I even had a title at that time. I couldn't believe it. Today, it has reached fruition and reveals the unfolding of my life from the beginning until today. This is my official disclaimer. I have never been signed to Berry Gordy's Motown Records and was never a part of his Motown. The Motown that I am associated with is Detroit. I am a Detroit musician, therefore we carry on that name Motown. The Motown I am referring to is the Motown, the city of Detroit, where the world's best cars and stars are made. It is not my desire that anyone get that name connected or twisted, which I believe can be easily done due to the fact that I produced the Ford Tops, the Contours, the Vandellas, and the Miracles featuring Bobby Rogers and Mark Scott on my latest CD entitled Motor City Sax Appeal, my tribute to the Motown legends. Additionally, I researched and produced the documentary entitled The Unsung Musician.
So we're going right straight to that because I faded that out. And we're getting ready to say thank you so much. And they're going to hear you play this interview out. Duane Parham. And thank you so much for your time. God bless you. Great success, much success, more and more and more. Okay? Hello.
Thank you and be safe. Yes, thank you so much and be safe.
All right. Y'all been listening to Duane Parham, saxophone player, one of the greatest here in Detroit and the metropolitan area and around the world. This is London having a great interview. God bless you.
God bless you.
Bye-bye, Duane.
Bye-bye.
This is the way fly in, waking it out, okay,
Well, this is London here. We are headed on our way out. We have a 2:30 interview with Myron Shirter of Detroit Quartet Ministry, Wayne Todd of the Men Who Will. Actually, it's the beginning of a program that they're going to talk about maybe every month about what's happening in their world of quartet and gospel music. So we're going to go ahead and let you listen to this. This is music that he gave me many years ago. He's got some more music now, but jazz is always nice.